Okay, so it's now June, which means almost all of my favorite shows are on summer hiatus, so there aren't really anything for me to watch. So I decided to just go back and watch TV shows that I haven't seen yet and just binge watch all the episodes that have been out so far. And there have been a lot of shows that started last year that I was reluctant to start, but people on Tumblr have been so enthusiastic about it that I'm deciding to start watching them this summer when all of my favorite shows are on hiatus. So today, for my viewing pleasure, I watched the first season of Orphan Black. So I didn't know about Orphan Black until Tatiana Maslany went on Nerdist to promote it after it premiered on the BBC America. Based on that interview, I knew that it was about clones, so I knew that this actor was going to be playing multiple characters, and I like that. If you follow me on Tumblr, then you know that one of my favorite shows is Fringe, and my favorite part about that show is the whole parallel universe, two different types of people thing, the Olivia for Olivia type of thing. And because Orphan Black has been getting really good reviews, not just by actual TV critics, but as well as everybody on Tumblr, and I trust people's judgment on Tumblr because if I follow you, then it must mean that you have good taste or you have similar taste as me. And if you say that you like Orphan Black, then I will take that into consideration and think, okay, maybe I might like it. So once the season finale aired, I decided to download the entire first season and watch it. And I watched the entire thing in a day, and it was quite magical, actually. I first fell in love, obviously, with the characters of Sarah and Felix and the relationship they had and the bond those two had after all that hardship that they went through. I like that kind of stuff. And then once all the other clones were introduced, that's when the moment when I just like fell in love completely. Like when they introduced Allison and how her personality was the complete opposite of Sarah. Then I just knew that, okay, I'm sticking with this show and it's really great. If you follow me on Tumblr, then you also probably have seen my assessment of Orphan Black after I've watched the first season after I finished it. When I wrote up about what I thought of the show, my thoughts, emotions, feelings of what happened in the show and who my favorite characters are and what my favorite dynamics and relationships are. So a lot of this video is just going to be a reflection of what I wrote in that post, but probably a little bit more information because I can actually express it better this way through video. If you also follow my Twitter, then you know my crazy adventures with shipping. My favorite clone would be Allison. Mainly because the whole suburban, uptight soccer mom is like my favorite kind of character. Like if I ever venture into the world of improv, all of my characters would just be that kind of character, the uptight mom, or just an uptight person who is so prim and proper and everything has to be organized and everything has to go according to plan. And if it doesn't, then she will fuck shit up just so it will go according to plan. And putting Allison next to Sarah just kind of really see the opposite of those two different characters, and you can really tell like how well of a portrayal that Tatiana has done to that. And I just also love like when you watch Allison, you can tell that Tatiana is having a fun time playing her, which is also the reason why I character because it's fun to play. Because you know she's just one stress level away from murdering somebody, which she technically did. The relationship between Sarah, Felix, and Mrs. Ass, and you know that Mrs. Ass was somehow part of the experiments, that she was one of the scientists. And then it also got me thinking that maybe it's going to turn into like what True Blood did. Because remember in True Blood how the first like 2 seasons was just an introductory basis on the fact that vampires exist in this world, and then we kind of saw a glimpse like when we found out Sam was a shapeshifter. So that there are also other creatures that exist in this world, but we just knew that it was like those two creatures. As the seasons progressed, more and more people ended up being other mythical creatures themselves. I don't really know much about it anymore because I haven't watched True Blood since like season 3, and I feel like maybe, maybe that in Orphan Black they're gonna have it like everybody is also alone. I don't know. Who is Felix in all of this? Mrs. S said like she took both Felix and Sarah at the same time and took them out of London, and then like what does Felix have to do? Is he just really just an ordinary foster child, or is he also part of this experiment? And then there are also the ships. I obviously ship Cosima and Delphine because those two are pretty kind of adorable. And then there's also Sarah and Paul. But the thing is, I'm still not sure whether I should. I just know that if I do, then it's just going to end up heartbreak. And I'm still not sure if Paul and Delphine are actually good. I mean, it's obvious to me that Delphine really does love Cosima. And the same goes for Paul, and I really think that he cares for Sarah and he comes to care for her. I'm just not sure. It's all messed up in my head, really. I'm very suspicious of these characters. I'm very suspicious of everyone in that show working for that organization that created the clones. Like, the only people who aren't gonna double cross the clones is Art, and probably all the other detectives as well, and Felix. Although after like my whole theory about Felix being another clone, it could go either way, is what I'm saying. But I do want to think like there could be a moment where it's true and genuine, like the feelings Delphine and Paul has for Sarah and Cosima are truly genuine, and I think it is. So for now, I trust them. I trust Paul and Delphine. I'm not sure how that's going to end up after the second season airs. But let's just say I trust them for now. And I'll continue to ship them and like them and read blog posts about them. One of the things that I really, truly loved in the first season are the relationship developments between the characters and with all the other characters. Actually, one of my favorite dynamics would be Allison and Felix, especially like when Felix was the one who helped Allison through that intervention that her neighbors and friends and family created for her. I think Allison would be the one who needs a gay friend most of all. So yeah, basically, Orphan Black is such a huge surprise. Actually, not that very huge surprise because everybody on Tumblr really loves it a lot. So I'm pretty sure that I would have loved it, and I do. And I'm really glad I started watching it. But I'm not glad that I watched it so soon after it ended, the first season ended. Because then I have to wait a whole entire year for the next season to come out. And as the summer hiatus goes on, I will also be watching a whole lot of other TV shows that I have yet to watch. I think I'm going to watch Arrow and Hannibal. I'm really, really reluctant to start it, but I'm really curious as well because I see videos of the show and I see people's reviews of the show, and it sounds like the kind of show I watch, like the kind of drama shows I like to watch. I have Fresh Meat. It's been saved up in my to-watch pile for a very long time, and I've been trying to get into it. And something that I'm really trying to get into are web series. Also, if you have any other TV shows or movie suggestions you think I should watch, or even like web series or vlogs that I should be watching, then leave me a comment. Or just tell me which one you want me to watch. I'll probably watch it.